Welcome back. Albert Einstein once said, if the bee disappears from the surface of the earth, man would have no more than 4 years to live. And that was Albert Einstein. He knows a thing or two.
He does. It's scary stuff because bees across the world are under threat, and Einstein's theory could one day become a reality. Here with more is wildlife expert David Whitehill and Joanna from Maya Sunny Honey. So David, normally you bring in 1 or 2 animals for us. How many bees have you brought in
We've
today?
stepped it up. There are 10,000
Nice.
of the most important animal on the planet
I
to
agree.
human survival.
I agree.
The most important animal to human survival.
They're my favourite insect.
They,
We should explain why they are, first of all, so
the
people
reason
understand.
being is that bees are responsible for pollinating all our crops. So anything to do with flowers, this is what the bee's job is. So think about anything that you eat, fruit, vegetables, all those type of things, all to do with flowers. It's these guys that actually pollinate. So
then,
if they're
yeah.
gone, this is exactly right, 4 to 5 years.
The whole ecosystem breaks down.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you know that whole food chain is
We are in
destroyed.
serious
so,
trouble.
Yeah.
Now, Joanna, talk us through about how bees make honey and wax.
Sure. So in our segment here, you can see a working beehive. It's just an example of how bees move around and create comb and honey. But the way honey is created by the bees is bees fly out, collect nectar, bring it back to the hive, and they place the nectar, they regurgitate the nectar into the little cell of the comb. And once the bees do that, then the honey is transformed. So what happens?
So let me just recap here. We've been eating honey all this time. This is just a little bit of bee spew. I just want to
Something like that. Well,
no, don't make it that.
So with this hive, for example,
Yeah.
here, and there are how many bees in here, David?
10,000.
10,000 bees in just this little space. These guys, you would let them out.
That's right.
Really
Which is what we're going to do now, Sonia.
is let them, so you let them out, they go off, they find flowers, and then they come back.
Yeah, they come back, and then so they place the nectar into one of the cells, one of the hexagonal cells. And so the nectar, along with the bee's saliva and the enzymes, are transformed into honey.
The bee saliva,
Bee
David.
saliva. Sorry,
Now,
I
the reason with the honey is that it's a nutrient source. So the bees will go out in summer and spring, very active, bring the honey back, and then they'll use that during winter and the quieter months to actually
Survive
give nutrients to the hive. Unbelievable with these guys is that there's and I'll let Joanna show you now, but there's a queen bee in here.
Is there?
Every hive has one queen
can
bee.
see
I'm a
her
big
right
fan of
now.
Prisoner too.
So the one on the
You're right.
with the yellow sticker is the queen bee there.
You can see that.
Wow, can we
She's
see
on
it?
show now.
Just in here.
Up there where David's finger is.
There's a little tiny, I don't know how close we can get in. Now there's one in there
right
with
in
the
front.
red little sticker. That's a drone, so that's a male. Okay, pecking order. Dave, if you were a queen.
Yes, well, it's been said.
So there's a queen bee, one per hive. Then there's some drones in there, which are males. Their only job is to mate with that queen bee.
Right.
Okay. And then there is a plethora of workers, and they all are nurses, they're foragers, they're protectors of the hive. So there's this massive community. This whole little thing in here is a city.
David, what's the big problem with bees? Because we have heard a lot about, how bees are under
beepocalypse.
threat. The beepocalypse. What are the major threats to bees?
There's a varroa mite, and I hope I've said that correctly. Yeah, varroa mite is a really bad one, and this is spread right around the world, and it's not in Australia.
Oh, good.
We're, I think, the only country in the world that doesn't have it.
So we're lucky we don't have that. But we have some
Yeah.
kind of a hive virus, don't we? Where
Yeah,
they can.
we do. We have a small hive beetle.
Right.
Where what happens, different to varroa stick onto the bee, but the beetle
gets into the actual
yeah,
hive.
they fly into the hive.
Can I just ask you to Joanna, because obviously we're getting into spring, lots of bees around. If you get stung, what's the best way to treat a bee sting?
Okay, sure. There's so many traditional methods around, but the best way is to actually remove the bee sting as soon as you can. So you just scrape it off.
Yep.
Apply the area with some water, so rinse it off, and apply a cold pack onto the area.
Cold pack,
So
right.
that's just the simple.
Obviously, some people are allergic to bee stings as well, so that's a whole different
There's a
plethora.
whole-
But yeah,
What about
that's-
killer bees? Do we have to be No, I'm only kidding. If you want to know how to protect these critical creatures, head to the Honeybees website for more details. Thanks, guys, for coming in.
Thank
David, told you
you.
we do the bees.